ABC4 News, celebrating 75 years.
And welcome back. Parenting teenagers can be some tough work. Your kids are heading into an exciting time of their lives and an important time for their development, and that doesn't make your job any easier. But understanding how teens think can really help all of us. Joining us today to help us dive into this topic, we have Abby Crouse, the clinical director with the Family Support Center of Utah. Abby, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, a little insight into the teenage mind. This is something we're all hoping for. What's going on in the teenage brain?
Well, I think something really important to understand is that this is a really crucial time for development. A big thing to remember is because our brain really doesn't fully develop to 25, when you think about a teen's brain, their emotional mind and their thinking mind, our prefrontal cortex, which is like the decision making, is still trying to develop to work together, which is why sometimes we maybe see teens that have more overwhelming emotions to situations, because that's still developing here, right? Our prefrontal cortex.
And to really, when you're thinking about that as they're problem solving or if they're spiraling out with emotions, that is something, yes, to remind yourself that this is just still a time of development for them. What is important for teens to know about the brain outside of what you just shared?
Well, I think one thing for teens to remember is just like I said, that this is a really big time for change, but they can be an influence in change. Really, I encourage them to just try things that they really want to be great at, to really experiment, to have experiences. Something else really important to remember is that they need sleep. I know they are told that all the time, but they really do. The hormone that releases in their brain that helps them sleep comes out like 2 hours later than adults do. And so they might feel like that they're really awake at times, but in reality, like teens need like 9 to 10 hours for their brains to be healthy for that development.
How do you convince a teen though that they need that sleep? Sometimes it's like sleeping in is easy, but then staying up so late when you have to get up early for school, like what are parents supposed to do with that?
I think really just trying to give them this information, help them understand why it's important, kind of giving them that metaphor of, that this is a growing thing just like they are. It's not just important for the next day, it's important for their lifelong journey of development.
That is a huge factor, yes. So what parents need to know at this point in our last minute we have to really dive into this?
Yeah, so one thing I think that is really important for parents to know is don't solve all their problems. Of course, if something becomes dangerous, step in, but allow them to make mistakes, allow them to mess up a little bit, because that's what helps with their problem solving, developing this. I think a last thing too is to always remember to just be a soft and safe place for them to land. A lot of times teens don't talk because they feel that they're going to be judged. Be able to be there, listen, and show them that they're loved and cared for and supported.
Oh, that's so big. Okay. All of this information, if you're wanting more information, where can they go for that?
You can always go to familysupportcenter.org.
Okay, we really, really appreciate your time always, Abby. Such insightful words to share as for those parents at home with teenagers as we're navigating this stretch in life. Again, utahfamilies.org is the website you can go for more information. We thank you again for your time here today, Abby Crouse. We'll send it over to you, Rich.